The 2023 Sobey Art Award has two Indigenous artists shortlisted to win the top prize of $100,000.
A beautiful type of overwhelming.
Kablusiak and Gabrielle Hill are up against three other Canadian visual artists for the award. Métis artist Larondel Hill says her work is tactile and is often described as delicate.
Materially, I use items for my everyday life, right? So they're things that, I like to think of items as things that pass through many hands, have had a life of their own, and maybe carry that charge with them.
She uses art as a way to think with her body and to answer questions.
Generally, I think of art as like a form of research, as a way of looking into and exploring ideas that I'm interested in.
Her work is inspired by Indigenous economies and how they continue to survive capitalism.
So if you think about, restrictions on hunting or fishing or being on the land, that's also a restriction of an economic practice. And in my mind, it's very intentionally, part of a project the project of capitalism. So practices that survive that, offer an alternative and offer a threat, which I find very hopeful.
Kablusiak is a queer and Nuvialic artist. They carve soapstone into cheeky objects and use animal fur to create nostalgic toys.
I think it's a way for me to just remind people that Inuit are contemporary and we exist in this current world, and stepping away from archaic ideas of Inuit art and blending that pop culture and nostalgia and everything. It just is a way for me to express and situate myself as a person who was born up north but lives down south.
Leather and traditional Inuit art materials nod to sexuality in a contemporary way.
It's easy to forget about sexuality, and I think it's fun to bring in different notions into contemporary artworks. I guess bring attention to these issues and kind of normalize everything too, to be like, yeah, we are humans. We got here one way or another, and it's fun to acknowledge that.
Kablusiak says exploring Inuit diaspora is entrenched in their work.
It's definitely reflective in my work of acknowledging this displacement, but also acknowledging that, you could be Inuk and you could live in the city and you could make work about Garfield and it's still Inuit art,
No matter who is awarded the top prize, Larondel Hill says everyone's art is valuable.
I think that there's this kind of funny idea in the world that some people are artists and some people are great artists. And I really don't think that's the truth. I think everybody's an artist, and art is about the making, and the best art comes from people.
Sav Jonesa, APTN National News, Winnipeg.